This is Uthred Ronaldson, and this is Conflict of Nations WW3, Day 7, and I am playing as the Philippines. Okay, welcome back, guys, for Day 7 of our Conflict of Nation games. Conflict of Nations. So, okay. Well, um, there's been there's a lot of development in the game, and we're basically moving on to our next campaign. But before we move on with this episode, let's just do a recap of day 6 events. So, for day 6, we talked about our plans and uh, our next campaign after Japan. So, for we actually wrapped up our Japanese campaign already. And so there's basically no more Japanese territories left in the game. We just captured Tsushima just earlier in the day. So there's basically no more Japanese territories left. Um, all four cities, all four Japanese occupied cities have been pacified with more than 35% morale. The only city remaining will be Tokyo, which is currently at 31%. And I have a total of three National Guards garrisoned in Tokyo. So um, that former Japanese capital will be safe. Okay, so now we're moving on. So I know that yesterday I discussed that my landings in Korea might take 2 more days or probably on day 8. That's what I said on my last video. But as you can see, there's no point in waiting for day 8 for me to strike against South Korea. I've scouted his coastal cities, and there are no resistance. There are no units um, garrisoned in those cities. So we're gonna take advantage of the situation, and we will start to attack and conquer South Korea, so we can move on to the next phase of the game. So, all right. So there, day 6, we I discussed about the things that I'm gonna do, like research and cities that I need to upgrade the buildings, and so that's the basically the recap for day 6. So now for day 7, again we started the Korean campaign, and um initial attack is to capture the coastal cities. So I got Jeju Island, was able to um there be able to capture that in 30 minutes. And then first territory that we captured was Busan. So our troops are now in Busan, and okay, we will be moving on inland. So we're just gonna wait for further reinforcements. I need to garrison this city here. Okay, so we don't need to do blitzkrieg with South Korea, since I believe this player is inactive. So we're just gonna take our time, conquer one city at a time, conquer one province at a time until we completed the conquest. So Um, Korean units that we were able to spot. So we got um, Koreans garrisoned here in Seoul in their capital. So they have the mobile artillery right there, and then infantry. So Korea probably has several infantries here in Seoul. So we're gonna scout that. So we just exchanged fire earlier, but I had to move out because just like with the Tsushima situation, we don't want to suffer too many casualties yet, and it's not necessary. So we're gonna wait for our ships to arrive to reinforce my corvettes here before we start the bombing. So as of now, I don't have artilleries as well as strikers, so we're gonna have to rely on our navy to do the shelling of Seoul. Okay. So okay. So I'll just have to wait for this to arrive in the center of the city so I can stack them up, and then I'm gonna send my armored recon to conquer the what do you call this? The surrounding provinces in Busan. So we're gonna capture this, and then we'll go all the way to Jiangsu, to Gwangju, and then I'm also sending a occupation forces, my forces here to occupy Gangneung. All right, so I'm expecting to capture 3 cities within the day. Probably Seoul will fall by the next day, by day 8. So because I'll have to destroy the garrison right here. Unfortunately, will be anyway, I'm not going to be able to take advantage of the buildings because once we occupy the city, all those structures, all those buildings will be destroyed. There. I also would probably have to declare war against North Korea because North Korea has occupied the adjacent provinces in Gwangju as well as in Seoul. So I will be declaring war against them also. So probably on day 8, but maybe I'm not sure. It depends on the pace of the game, and depends on what uh what we will see once we scouted his coastal cities. All right. Okay. It's also good because the best thing about this is that we're able to capture vital resource cities like Tsushima, which will provide us an additional electronics for mobilizing ships and planes. And then Busan has is a rare material city, so this one will definitely help boost our rare materials production. Guangzhou also, and then Seoul. Look at this, so another electronic city. So this will greatly help our economy to boost our mobilization as well as our expansion. So this will be great. Okay. So so that's it for the Korean campaign. So this will be exciting by tomorrow, and we're gonna let's wait and see or what will unfold within the next couple of days. But in my estimation, including North Korea, this might take three days. Yeah, so by tomorrow, yeah, 3 days including pacification. So we might have to start our and then we're gonna go to the next phase. I believe the next phase will be the Chinese uh, our Chinese campaign, but it will depend on the our coalition leader, Australia. Yeah, so um, I think I showed this to you guys yesterday, but showing it to you again. So I referred China to Australia to make to do negotiations. So yeah, but at least I can bide my time while I'm preparing. Let's do some scouting here. Okay, so he has no arms industry in Hong Kong, so he won't be able to produce any ships yet. Shanghai has no new buildings, same in Qingdao and in Zhengzhou. Okay, so I think China here will be leaving the game. Maybe because he's at war with Mongolia and he did not push through. He did not push through with it. So let's wait and see what's gonna happen. Okay, let me just check our messages here. Okay, so yeah, New Zealand just reported again. We thought that New Zealand will be leaving the game, so Australia have started to prepare an invasion with New Zealand, but New Zealand is back. Hopefully, he will be active, but again, it's still gonna depend on our leader, and I will leave it up to him. Okay, so right now, in terms of preparation, so yesterday I discussed about um, the units that we will be researching. So we discussed researching railgun, researching armor, probably main battle tanks. Let's check here. Yeah, I'm looking forward on upgrading researching main battle tanks, as well as elite railgun. But for now, yeah, those are the plans. But also, but what I started to what I did today is to start upgrading or researching level 2 motorized infantry as well as national guards, since I have existing um, units since I have those units right now. It will be beneficial if I will upgrade them to level 2 to help out with the Korean campaign and also in preparation for the Chinese campaign. So we're gonna upgrade them to level 2, but then we'll still, and then after that we'll push through with the other plans um for research. Okay. Also, we continue to upgrade our arms industry to boost our economy. All right, and then upgraded some barracks as well. Okay, yeah, there in Cebu. So we're kind of upgrading our recruitment centers also, so we can have additional manpower. Yeah. So now Davao and Manila's arms industry are now being upgraded to level 3. I should have done this earlier, but that's fine. So now we'll be boosting those our electronics and our rare materials production. Also, yeah, Puerto Princesa for supplies. We're trying to boost them up as well. And then, yeah, to Gigaraw also. So those are the three those are the three resources that we have to improve, that we have to increase production. Um, and also I started to upgrade our local industries here in Dumaguete as well as in Katarman to boost our supplies production. All right. Now let's check on our allies. So Indonesia right here. Earlier I was kind of reminiscent uh my previous game, my yeah, the first Philippine game that I had, wherein that game was a win, but I encountered an enemy, a veteran player whose name is Rommel, and I just realized that Indonesia's name is the player's name is Rommel as well. But upon checking the stats, I think this is not the same player. But maybe he is. Maybe this is a second account. We never know. I don't know. But yeah, if this is the same player, then at least we are on the same side now. And so Indonesia is moving inland, pushing further into Indochina, with Vietnam um, with the route being laid out already. So I think this will be done and over with within 2 days, including pacification. Probably it will take 3 to 4 days. And then he will be in the position to push forward into Myanmar. Okay. He also has forces here. This guy is smart. He's not leaving Suratani until this city gets pacified. Right. He also has level 2 armored infantry or motorized infantry already as well. So that's good. Okay. This guy has been silent. This person hasn't communicated with us in the coalition, but that's fine. All right. And then let's check Australia. So Australia right here, as you can see, these are this is the route that he will be taking to supposedly to occupy New Zealand, but I think that plan will be pushed and will be postponed because New Zealand just came back to the game. New Zealand has no additional units produced. All right. And he said that he came from a vacation. All right. So Australia, who is my countryman, is from Mindanao. So he said that New Zealand knows how to play the game and that he will give him 15 days to move and to attack another country before he kicks him out of the coalition. So it's his decision. So yeah, this is a um yeah, I don't want to say. I'll ask him permission first. Where should he attack? Right? I've been in contact with Australia for a long time now. We've been friends in Facebook also. I think we've been friends for like 5 months already. We He discovered this channel also and made contact with me through YouTube, and then we made friends. We become friends in Facebook, and then this will be our second game together. So yeah, so yeah, where should New Zealand attack? Right. So I think the best course for New Zealand will be to go to the Americas, either south or north. Um, Depends on his capability. He might also be able to help Australia in Africa as well. Because there's still a lot of nations to conquer in Africa. So he might be able to help them there. Okay. So okay, and I really don't mind Australia helping me out with Korea. So if you will attack some of the Korean cities, I'm okay with that. I'm not that selfish, so that's fine. So if you wish to take to help me here, go ahead. But if you wish to leave this to me, then that's totally fine as well. It's just that you have existing troops right here that you can utilize. So if you want to send them to Korea, that's okay with me. Um, okay, Cameroon. How is our ally Cameroon doing? So this guy, okay, I think he's taking his time. He's bombing Sao Tome, right? This is a Nigerian. This is a city, okay, occupied city by Nigeria. Um, Cameroon is at war with Nigeria and then Mozambique. All right, he's steadily expanding his territories here in Africa, but he's still not yet in a secured position here. And it's good that Australia and Cameroon was able to link up here. Okay, yep, they were able to link up already. So with that, that is good for us. At least we now have established a link with our African ally. So they just need to clean up. Okay, so this is a little bit messy. Good thing that Pemba has been pacified. All right, Beira raised rebelled and rised up against Australia. So this will be unfortunate because Australia will have to attack. That's not a good that's not a good position to be in the attacking. The attacking position will not be a good position for a motorized infantry, just because the attack points is 2.0 and while the defense is at 3.6. So it's better if you just stay there and wait for the city to be pacified, so that in case there's insurgents that will rise up, then you can utilize the defense points rather than the attack points. So now he will have to go back and then attack the insurgents in Beira. So because of that, he will be losing several hit points on his motorized infantries, and definitely he will need to have some reinforcements. So I guess the best thing to do is to build a. This one is in danger. If Li Long we rise up, then he will lose this unit right here, the 11th Infantry Battalion. So he needs to reinforce this with an infantry. Okay, so he needs to build to construct an air base so he can send reinforcements by via air, which will be faster. Okay, yep, I leave it up to him. He can do that. Okay, there. Now we currently have 4 players in our coalition, and we have one spot available. It could have been two if New Zealand was kicked out, but since New Zealand have the showed up and is now active, then we can go ahead and just recruit just one additional ally. Um, Australia's thinking about Spain or Colombia, but currently Colombia is now part of the Axis power. Okay, this is good. Look at this. So Axis now still has 5 members. So we just eliminated Japan, and so they got Serbia in as a replacement. Okay, at least we can be sure that the game will move on, and we will continue to have fun. There's a lot of active players here, and I think this coalition here will pose a threat against us. At the moment, I can say that the Communist Rebellion coalition is the most powerful in the game. In terms of player stats, coordination, I guess we're better coordinated. Yeah. So yeah, we got one, two, three, four, five. So two players, two communist rebellion players are part of the top five, and then there's also two Axis powers players currently in the top five. But checking on their stats, yeah. So the U.S. is a beginner, a newbie, but he has good stats. This one has good stats. Colombia, but they are both beginners or newbies. No wins yet. So just recently joined this December. Okay, so they have potential. And then let's wait and see what's gonna happen in the future. Okay. So also yesterday I probably shared to you guys that China have requested for a peace. Um, yeah, China asked if we can have peace. Probably because um he is planning to attack Mongolia, but our leader Australia um doesn't want to do that. So okay, I guess China needs to prepare for us. So let's check the news here. Serbia declares war on Turkey. Okay, so they basically kicked out um Turkey. So Turkey was a member of the Axis powers, and I guess they kicked them out and replaced them with Turkey. I mean with Serbia. Let's check Serbia's stats. I think Serbia is more active than Turkey, and I think that's the reason why they prefer to have Serbia rather than Turkey. Where is he? Serbia, Serbia. There you go. Okay, it's maybe much active, more active than Turkey. All right. So what's this? Oh, Russia. They're taking over. They're taking over Turkey here. So Russia have sent his forces here inland in Turkey, and then declared war. Yeah, they will be taking. Istanbul has fallen. Okay. Okay. So Russia has armor. All right. Just the traditional Russian army. Yeah. It has tanks, and it had captured Istanbul, the capital of Turkey. Oh no, just Istanbul. The capital is Ankara. Okay. All right. Turkey will be sliced up into multiple parts. Will be divided between Serbia and Turkey. Uh, let's look at this. There's still a lot of unconquered territories here. So Germany and Poland probably have left the game and did not continue. Yeah. All right. So few players are now left in the game. All right. This coalition could have been good also. This one had potential, but I think they're breaking up. All right. Okay, let's check my stats. Okay, we went up to 2.02. Very good. Okay, have my naval bombers here. This is the first time that I mobilized a naval bomber, and I've been actively using my planes to scout the seas just to make sure that no one will sneak in, or we will be alerted if there's any possible opposition that will sneak in and attack us. We now have our first frigate as well. We're gonna use this to reinforce um, our ships in the Korean seas. Okay, this will definitely help our forces um to quickly eliminate Korea. Okay, yeah, this is what you would normally do while playing the game. Most of the time, you will just be looking at the world map, scrolling and looking at the map. So ever since I was a child, I like to look at the maps. I like to look at the globe. It's always been fascinating for me. So looking at this doesn't actually bore me at all. So I can do this um, anytime. Yeah. Same with my friends in Call of War. You know, most of the time we make fun of it. We most of the time we just really look at the map 90% of the time. And I guess this is the same thing that the generals or the leaders, world leaders, are doing. They're just looking at the map and trying to conceive some idea, or um um you know maybe when they're trying to like create a strategy for war, they're probably just looking at the maps. All right, what's this? Okay, okay. So I guess that's it. Um, that's day 7 for us, and I'll see you all again tomorrow, guys. Skal.